Joining us now actually is Sourav Ganguly. We all know as a former Indian cricket captain, but I've known him. Sourav, I think I've known you since you were 2 years old, approximately. You could have been a great footballer. You could have been a great cricketer. Um, but I think Saurav's name will be mentioned or will be remembered as the person who turned around cricket in India and the attitude. Uh, you did it with or without your shirt on, but we won't go into that. But thank you so much for speaking to us. You're a Kolkata boy, and I know that your heart must be breaking to see your city in a situation like this, and the impact on the whole state, in fact.
Firstly, I hope you're keeping well, Dr. Roy. It's such a pleasure to see you again, although I don't get to see you much, but always I keep track of you on television. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. Vishnu also,
Lovely
who's with
talking
us
to you.
on the show. Vishnu also, who's with us on the show. And are you talking about cricket? I'll just touch on it that you're not any less enthusiastic about the game than I am. I remember in South Africa, in '97, the Durban Test match, we were in the dressing room. But nonetheless, talking about the Amphan, I heard the Honorable Chief Minister talking about it, and I've actually seen it from close because of the COVID-19, this entire 2.5 months we were locked down at home, and I've seen the Amphan standing in my veranda, and it was devastating. Since my birth in this city, I have not seen a cyclone as heavy as this. I know we had some cyclones, as the Honorable Chief Minister was saying, but this was unreal. The force of the wind and the sound of the wind was something unheard of. And we are lucky because we live in the city, we live in a colony where there are big blocks of buildings and flats and high rises. So because of that, the wind pressure gets reduced a bit. But imagine the villagers, places like Sundarban, South Chubbish Pargana, North Chubbish Pargana, the pictures who you see have just been blown away. There are people, houses, the roofs have just been taken away by the wind. And it was serious cyclone. I don't know whether sitting in Delhi, if anybody has updated you on how it was, but it was unreal. And in the next morning, you could see how the city was ransacked. Just completely cleaned up, as they say in cricket. And the villages are still suffering. I know a lot of people are trying to help. Sangeeta ma'am, who's on the show with us, JSW, I thank them personally that they personally come out and help the people of West Bengal because it's needed. We talk about governments. Yes, governments do help. They do everything, but such a big devastation can only be supported and brought back to life by everyone together. Thanks to NDTV for doing this wonderful initiative with JSW, and I'm so happy to be on it. And you will not realize that how good we will do to a lot of people in this part of the world because the villages have just recovered from it.
No, and Sourav, we feel so proud that you are on board this. You transformed Indian cricket with your fighting spirit, your attitude, your strength of mind, your commitment and your focus. But this was something which we saw in so many villages across so many parts of Kolkata when the cyclone struck. A sense of resistance, a sense of wanting to fight, a fighting spirit which really exemplified what people in the state have been doing over the last several days. Isn't that something that makes you really proud?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it does. And at the same time, it makes us feel how fortunate some of us are to get all these privileges in life. And to be honest, it actually took them quite a bit of time to recover from it. And as I said, the Sundarbans and the villages have just not recovered. There are people who are traveling to the Sundarbans from the state, from the city, to help them with food, to rebuild their houses. But it's going to take a hell of a long time to get back to normal. You see some of the eyes of the villagers who was just on television. You see the fear and the scare of what is going to happen. And Sundarbans is pretty dangerous, Vishnu, because, with all this, the animals, the crocodiles set free, they don't know where they are going and they might land up in very close proximity to a lot of these villages. There's no electricity. If you see the people trying to get those wires connected with the trees to get some light on, it's so dangerous because, it might just cost their lives, those who are trying to bring back light and electricity to their homes. Yes, you talk about fighting spirit. They have no choice, basically, other than to fight. But you also have to feel for what they are going through. They fight with fear. They fight not knowing what is going to happen. They fight not knowing how quickly they will recover. and it makes you actually sit back and think that some of us are blessed in this life, and I pray that they recover. You had Mamta Didi on the show, who's trying her level best to get things back on track, and hopefully with all of your support, lot of Kolkatans are supporting. In a very short span of time, we will be able to do something.
आइकन हैं जिस तरह से आपको पूरे देश में आपके बिना क्रिकेट का नाम अधूरा सा लगता है और लोग आपकी तरफ देखते हैं कि क्या आप कह रहे हैं, आपकी बात सुनते हैं। लेकिन इस समय जब बंगाल को सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है तो आप देश भर में लोगों को क्या संदेश देना चाहेंगे? वो एक मैसेज जो सबको ये कहे कि आप आगे आएं, बंगाल के साथ खड़े हों, अपना हाथ बढ़ाएं बंगाल के लिए।
बिल्कुल, जिसका जो सहमत है, जिसका जो कैपेबिलिटी है, उसकी हिसाब से आगे आए और डेवलप करें। लेकिन मैं यही चाहूँगा कि एक परमानेंट सोल्यूशन हो इन जगहों का, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वाइज, कि ये बहुत वॉलेटाइल एरिया, सेंसिटिव एरिया है और बहुत जल्दी उनका ये सिचुएशन में उनसे गुजरना पड़ता है। पहले भी हुआ है, जब भी साइक्लोन होते थे तो आपको पता ही होगा कि ये सब एरियाज बार बार अफेक्टेड होते हैं। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि इनके लिए हेल्प ज़रूरी है, जो सब करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। भारत से भी लोग इनको हेल्प करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ जो सबसे ज़रूरी है एक परमानेंट सोल्यूशन, कि परमानेंट सोल्यूशन जिससे कि आगे हो, क्योंकि ऐसे फिर आगे आने वाला है। सुंदरबन ऐसा एक एरिया है जहाँ पे हर साल में एक साइक्लोन इफेक्ट करता ही है। तो ऐसा परमानेंट कुछ सोल्यूशन करना चाहिए जिससे कि लोगों को लगे कि नहीं, आगे अगर साइक्लोन भी हुआ तो हम इसको मुकाबला कर सकते हैं, इसको रेजिस्ट कर सकते हैं और अगला दिन सुबह उठ के हमारा लाइफ नॉर्मल हो सकता है। तो इस समय शायद उनके पास नहीं है।
Well, Dada, a personal thanks to you from my side for joining us on this program to help the cause of relief for Amphan. Lots to learn from you. What is the story of this mango tree apparently in your building complex which fell down, and there are these pictures of you and many others trying to make it stand up again. How is the mango tree doing, and do you think Kolkata will be back on its feet like that mango tree in your compound?
Thank you, Monideepa, and good to see you again. I don't get to see you much in Calcutta, but I'm sure you must have felt it, what I'm saying, because you live in the city, and the wind and the cyclone must have whistled past your flat, your apartment, wherever you stay, and would have caused the same fear as it has done to me and the other people in the city. Millions and millions of trees were uprooted. It's not just in my house, but right across the city, and you still, when you go out and you drive through the city, you still see that it's not recovered fully. The mango tree was just fixed to the wall of my room, so it obviously it was uprooted. There were knee-height waterlogging in the small garden area we have at home. So it had fallen down, and this is the season for mangoes, as you know, in Kolkata. So we had to pull it back, and it was also, for me, by doing this, it was not just picking up a mango tree, Monarib. It was just a message to everyone that yes, you've fallen, yes, the roots got uprooted and it's gone back onto the ground, but let's get together and pull it back and get it where it was. And I think that's what life needs at the moment in this city, in West Bengal, in the villages, that everyone to put their hands together and pull the similar trees and similar life situations of every citizen in this country, especially in the North Chubbish Parganas and South Chubbish Parganas, and make them feel that we and get it going.
Right. Sort of, you mentioned South Africa. I met you in the West Indies, in Australia, and I've seen you celebrate like nobody else when you pick yourself up from the roots that you just mentioned, and you won a match. Bengal is going to win this one, right? And when we win against both COVID and Amphan, people want to see you now. How will you celebrate? Show us. Don't take a shot. This is a family channel. But your other celebrations when we win.
Absolutely. And there's no choice. You have to win. Sometimes when you play the sport, you get to situations in a tournament where there is no looking back and you have to win. So it actually makes you more resistible, more tough and more determined to get out of that situation. COVID has affected the entire country, so it's not just Kolkata, and hopefully we can arrest it, and all of us, for all of you in Delhi, which is actually more affected than Kolkata is at the moment, be safe and get back to normal. I know it's tough because there's always that scare in the mind that hope it doesn't happen to me. And in terms of Amphan, yes, as you rightly said, the city and the state will fight back and get back to normal, but it needs a lot of support from everyone. You know, a lot of hand-holding and a lot of encouragement and a lot of kind words to say that, you know, we are there when it matters. And I think that's what the state needs.